Welcome to my channel. Old Coins News Today videos is one you won't miss. We're diving into the world of coins, so let's get it started. The United States of America 2000 Maryland Quarter Dollar is part of the popular 50-state quarters program, a series of commemorative coins issued by the U.S. Mint between 1999 and 2008. Each design in this collection represents one of the 50 U.S. states, celebrating its unique history, heritage, and identity. The Maryland Quarter, released in the year 2000, honors the state known as the Old Line State, a nickname that dates back to the American Revolution and symbolizes Maryland's proud contribution to the country's independence. The coin combines artistry, symbolism, and historical reverence in a single piece of American numismatic history. On the obverse front side of the Maryland Quarter is a familiar portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States, sculpted by John Flanagan. This design has been used on all U.S. quarters since 1932, though it was slightly modified for the state quarter series to include updated inscriptions and a polished appearance. Around Washington's image are the inscriptions United States of America at the top and Liberty on the left. The motto "In God We Trust" appears on the right side of Washington's profile, reflecting the deep-rooted faith and national identity of the American people. Beneath Washington's neck is a denomination quarter dollar, clearly identifying the coin's face value of 25 cents. Depending on the mint location, a small mint mark, P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, or S for San Francisco, appears to the right of Washington's ponytail, indicating where the coin was struck. The reverse back side of the 2000 Maryland State Quarter is rich with symbolism and detail. At the center stands a Maryland State House, located in Annapolis, which holds great historical importance. This building is not only the oldest state capitol still in continuous legislative use, but it also served briefly as a U.S. capitol from 1783 to 1784, when the Continental Congress met there. The design accurately depicts the building's beautiful dome, which is the largest wooden dome in the United States constructed without nails, a true marvel of 18th century architecture. Encircling the image are white oak branches, representing Maryland's official state tree, the white oak symbolizing strength, endurance, and growth. These branches form a wreath-like border that adds a sense of honor and prestige to the design. Above the building, the word Maryland is boldly inscribed, while just below it, the phrase "The Old Line State" proudly identifies Maryland's historic nickname. The bottom of the reverse displays a year of issue, 2000, and the traditional motto "E pluribus unum," meaning out of many, one, a reminder of the unity among the diverse states that form the United States of America. Maryland's nickname, the Old Line State, originates from a Maryland line, a group of soldiers from the state who displayed extraordinary bravery and discipline during the American Revolutionary War. General George Washington himself praised these troops for their valor and steadfastness at critical battles such as Camden and Cowpens. The term Old Line has since come to represent Maryland's long-standing tradition of courage, service, and loyalty to the nation. Including this phrase on the coin connect the design to the proud military and patriotic history of Maryland. The Maryland State Quarter was the seventh coin released in the 50-state quarters series and the second one issued in the year 2000, following Massachusetts. It was minted in large quantities. 1.23 billion coins were struck for circulation, with approximately 556 million from the Philadelphia Mint, P, and 556 million from the Denver Mint, D, while proof versions were produced in San Francisco, including both clad and silver-proof editions. The coin is composed of a copper core clad with a cupronickel alloy, giving it a total weight of 5.67 grams, a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, and a reeded edge consistent with standard U.S. quarters of the modern era. Collectors appreciate the Maryland Quarter not only for its beauty but also for its historical depth. In circulated condition, most examples retain face value, but uncirculated and proof specimens, especially those with deep cameo finishes or silver compositions, can be worth more to collectors. Some errors and varieties, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or coins struck on the wrong planchet, also hold additional value and interest among numismatists. Beyond its monetary value, the Maryland 2000 Quarter captures the essence of American heritage, linking the founding era with the present day. The inclusion of the State House connects the design to Maryland's role in shaping early American democracy, while the oak branches remind citizens of natural strength and endurance. The state motto, the Old Line State, evokes the courage of soldiers who fought for liberty, harmonizing with the national ideals reflected in the obverse motto, "In God We Trust." Each element together transforms this small coin into a miniature monument of American pride and Maryland identity. The United States of America 2000 South Carolina quarter dollar is a distinguished coin in the 50-state quarters program, a landmark initiative by the U.S. Mint that ran from 1999 to 2008 to commemorate each of the 50 states in the Union. The South Carolina quarter was released as the 8th coin in the series and the 3rd one issued in the year 2000, following Massachusetts and Maryland. It pays homage to South Carolina's rich heritage, natural beauty, and patriotic legacy. Known proudly as a Palmetto State, South Carolina's quarter design is a stunning encapsulation of its identity, history, and deep roots in the founding of the United States. On the obverse front side of the South Carolina quarter appears the enduring portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States. This image, sculpted by John Flanagan in 1932, has been the standard design for the quarter dollar for decades, representing leadership independence and the birth of American democracy. Around Washington's bust are the inscriptions "United States of America" across the top and "Liberty" on the left side. On the right, the national motto "In God We Trust" reminds Americans of their spiritual foundation and unity under divine guidance. Beneath Washington's neck is a coin's denomination, quarter dollar, denoting its value of 25 cents. To the right of Washington's ponytail, one can find the small mint mark P, indicating that the coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the principal facilities of the U.S. Mint. The clean, dignified layout of the obverse reinforces a continuity of national pride and respect for the founding father who led the country to freedom. The reverse back side of the coin showcases a beautifully balanced and symbolic design that celebrates the essence of South Carolina. At the center lies the outline of the state's geographic shape, serving as a foundation of the design. Within and around this outline are 3 major symbols representing South Carolina's heritage: the palmetto tree, the Carolina wren, and the yellow jessamine. Each element carries deep historical and cultural meaning. The palmetto tree, placed prominently in the center, symbolizes resilience and victory. It is the state tree of South Carolina and plays a central role in its history. During the Revolutionary War, in the 1776 Battle of Sullivan's Island, American forces built a fort of palmetto logs to defend Charleston Harbor. These spongy logs absorbed the impact of British cannon fire, helping the colonists achieve a crucial victory. Because of this heroic defense, the palmetto became an enduring emblem of South Carolina's courage and independence, earning it the nickname the Palmetto State. To the left of the palmetto tree is the Carolina wren, South Carolina's official state bird. It represents warmth, vitality, and the lively spirit of the state's people. The bird's image adds grace and motion to the design, symbolizing both the natural beauty and the cheerful resilience of South Carolinians. To the right of the palmetto stands the yellow jessamine, the state flower. This delicate blossom symbolizes grace, hospitality, and the warmth of the South. Its vibrant yellow hue and climbing nature reflect the welcoming charm and enduring optimism that have long characterized the state's culture. Surrounding these central icons, the state outline gives the design structure, while the star placed inside the outline marks the capital city, Columbia. Above the image, the inscription "South Carolina" is written in bold capital letters, proudly identifying the state honored by the coin. Below this, the official nickname the Palmetto State reinforces the importance of the palmetto symbol. The lower rim bears the date of statehood, 1788, commemorating the year South Carolina ratified the U.S. Constitution and became the 8th state to join the Union. Beneath the design, the year of coin issue, 2000, is inscribed, along with the traditional motto, E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one. This Latin phrase reflects the unity of the states under a single nation, a principle to which South Carolina's history is deeply tied. The South Carolina State Quarter was struck in vast quantities to meet the enthusiasm of collectors and the general public. Over 1.3 billion coins were minted for circulation, approximately 742 million from the Philadelphia Mint, P, and $566 million from the Denver Mint D, while the San Francisco Mint S produced clad and silver-proof versions for collectors. The coin weighs 5.67 grams, measures 24.26 millimeters in diameter, and has a reeded edge consistent with other modern U.S. quarters. Its composition includes a pure copper core clad with a cupro-nickel alloy, 75% copper and 25% nickel, which give the coin its bright silvery color and durability for circulation. Beyond its physical features, the South Carolina quarter is a miniature history lesson. The year 1788 on the coin reminds us that South Carolina was among the earliest states to embrace the U.S. Constitution, reflecting its importance in the early political framework of the nation. The state was also the site of pivotal Revolutionary War battles and played an influential role in the founding era of the United States. By featuring natural symbols like the wren and jessamine alongside the palmetto, the design beautifully merges the historical with the natural, the human with the environmental, capturing the full essence of the palmetto state's identity. In the world of numismatics, the 2000p South Carolina quarter is common in circulation, but uncirculated examples with strong luster or proof-like qualities are prized by collectors. Special silver proofs, issued in limited numbers, remain especially attractive to those assembling full 50-state quarters collections. Some era varieties, such as die cracks, double dies, and off-center strikes, have also drawn interest among era coin enthusiasts, though these are rare and can significantly increase a coin's value depending on condition and clarity. The South Carolina quarter stands out not just for its visual appeal, but for its storytelling power. Every detail, from the steadfast palmetto tree to the soaring Carolina wren, echoes the resilience, courage, and natural beauty that define the state. The coin's inscriptions, "In God We Trust" and "E Pluribus Unum," bind it firmly to the larger American spirit of unity, faith, and liberty. Together, these elements make the South Carolina quarter more than just currency. It is a lasting tribute to one of the original 13 colonies, a state whose heritage continues to shape the American story. The United States of America 2003 Alabama quarter dollar is one of the most meaningful and inspiring coins in the 50-state quarters program, a remarkable series issued by the U.S. Mint between 1999 and 2008 to celebrate the unique history and character of each of the 50 states. Released in 2003, the Alabama quarter honors the state's admission to the Union in 1819 and pays tribute to one of the most extraordinary figures in American history, Helen Keller, a woman who triumphed over blindness and deafness to become an internationally admired author, teacher, and humanitarian. Bearing the mint mark D for the Denver Mint, this coin represents Alabama's proud heritage of perseverance, education, and the enduring human spirit. On the obverse front of the coin appears a classic image of George Washington, the first president of the United States. This design, originally sculpted by John Flanagan in 1932 for the bicentennial of Washington's birth, remains a standard portrait used on U.S. quarters. Washington's left-facing profile is a timeless symbol of leadership, freedom, and patriotism. Around the portrait, the inscriptions read "United States of America" across the top and "Liberty" on the left, while the motto "In God We Trust" appears on the right, a statement of faith and national identity that has appeared on American coinage for generations. Below Washington's chin is a denomination quarter dollar, clearly marking its value as 25 cents. The small D mint mark, located just to the right of Washington's ponytail, identifies the coin's origin at the Denver Mint. The obverse design provides a sense of continuity across all state quarters, while the reverse showcases the individuality and cultural significance of each state, in this case, Alabama's tribute to its most inspirational citizen. The reverse back of the 2003 Alabama quarter is among the most symbolic and humanistic designs in the entire state quarter series. At its center sits Helen Keller, gracefully depicted in a chair, reading a book resting in her lap. She is surrounded by branches of the southern longleaf pine and magnolia blossoms, both symbols of Alabama's natural beauty and resilience. Helen Keller's portrait is accompanied by her name written in standard English text as well as Braille, marking the first time Braille characters ever appeared on a U.S. coin, a groundbreaking tribute to accessibility and inclusiveness. Above the portrait, the word Alabama appears in bold capital letters, identifying the state being honored. Just below that, the year 1819 signifies the year Alabama was admitted to the Union as a 22nd state. Beneath Helen Keller's image is her full name, Helen Keller, and below it the state's official motto, Spirit of Courage. This phrase perfectly encapsulates the life and achievements of Keller, who overcame the dual challenges of blindness and deafness to become a beacon of hope for people around the world. On either side of her portrait are longleaf pine branches, symbolizing endurance and growth, while the magnolia blossoms represent purity and the charm of the American South. The inscription E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one, appears along the lower rim of the coin, reaffirming the unity of all U.S. states within a single nation. The bottom of the reverse also bears a year of minting, 2003, completing the design. Every element on the coin reflects Alabama's dual identity, a state rich in natural beauty and a people characterized by strength, spirit, and a pursuit of knowledge. The choice of Helen Keller as the subject for Alabama's quarter holds deep historical and emotional significance. Born in Tuscumbia, Alabama, in 1880, Keller lost her sight and hearing due to illness at a very young age. With the help of a devoted teacher, Anne Sullivan, she learned to communicate through touch, eventually mastering reading, writing, and even speaking. Keller went on to graduate from Radcliffe College in 1904, becoming the first deafblind person in the world to earn a Bachelor of Arts degree. She later became an international symbol of perseverance, advocacy, and compassion, championing causes such as disability rights, women's suffrage, and education for the blind and deaf. By honoring her on its quarter, Alabama not only celebrated one of its most famous residents, but also sent a powerful message of courage and determination to all Americans. The Alabama State Quarter was the 22nd coin issued in the 50-state quarter series, corresponding to Alabama's position as the 22nd state to join the Union. It was officially released on March 17, 2003, and became an immediate favorite among collectors and the public alike. The coin was minted in large numbers, approximately 225 million struck at the Philadelphia Mint, P, and 232 million at the Denver Mint, D. The San Francisco Mint, S, produced special proof versions, both in standard copper-nickel-clad and 90% silver editions, for collectors. Like other modern quarters, the Alabama coin weighs 5.67 grams, has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters, and features a reeded edge. It is composed of a copper core clad with layers of cupro-nickel, 75% copper and 25% nickel, giving it a silver-like appearance and durability suitable for circulation. Numismatically, the Alabama quarter holds a special place due to its historic inclusion of Braille, a first in U.S. coinage. While most circulated examples remain worth face value, uncirculated and proof coins, especially silver proofs, carry higher value for collectors. Coins graded at MS-67 or higher by professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC are particularly prized. Moreover, the strong emotional and cultural symbolism attached to Helen Keller's image ensures that this quarter continues to resonate deeply beyond its monetary worth. The design process for the Alabama quarter was also notable for its public engagement. The Alabama State Legislature, school groups, historians, and civic organizations contributed ideas, with overwhelming support for Helen Keller's inclusion. The final design was created by Artistic Infusion Program artist Thomas D. Rogers Sr., and it was sculpted and engraved by U.S. Mint engraver Norman E. Namath. Together, they achieve a design that is not only visually elegant but profoundly meaningful, merging the artistic with the inspirational. In a broader sense, the 2003 D. Alabama Helen Keller Quarter represents more than a commemoration of a single state. It stands as a tribute to human courage, intellect, and compassion. The motto Spirit of Courage is not just a description of Helen Keller's life, but also a reflection of the American ideal, that no obstacle is insurmountable when faced with determination and hope. Through Keller's legacy, the coin celebrates education, equality, and the power of perseverance, values deeply woven into the nation's fabric.